We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.
Do you think the reputation of the United States has gone down under your presidency?
No, I think it's gone way up, and I think we're a respected country again. We were laughed at all over the world. We had a president that couldn't walk up a flight of stairs, couldn't walk down a flight of stairs, couldn't walk across the stage without falling. We had a president that was grossly incompetent. You knew it, I knew it, and everybody knew it, but you guys didn't want to write it because you're fake news.
All right. Thank you.
And by the way, ABC is one of the worst. I have to be honest with you.
Thank you. Do you think
those of y'all welcome back?
States...
I'm Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for pulling up, clicking the play button. Hopefully you hit that like button as well. That's the only price of admission for our live streams, is to simply hit the like button. Also, if you're feeling extra generous, consider sharing this video by hitting the share button below the video, copying the link and sharing it on Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook groups, X, wherever you want to share it. It would be appreciated. And I thank you in advance. And everybody that's watching me from Twitch or X, consider sharing as well and liking. Shout out to all of my blues. What's up, gang? Sweet Angel, Nanny's take on the world, Katarina, Blue Rose, Shoemaker, Lisa Marie, B, everybody, did I say Katarina? Courtney, shout out to you guys. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. Please let me know where you're watching me from, what state, what country. If you watch me in your home on the television, if you're listening in your car, or you're at work listening or watching and you're not supposed to. If you are watching me at work, good for you. God dang it, you should be able to enjoy your job. Shout out to Philadelphia. You should be able to enjoy your daggone job and listen to whatever shows you want to listen to. You got some people at the job listening to CNN. I don't see why you shouldn't be able to listen to LFR Family. Shoot. And if you don't listen to LFR Family, then you tell them that I said they racist. Because the only reason why they're not listening is because I'm black. Today is going to be a good show, man. I feel rested. Not sure why, because I didn't get a whole bunch of sleep, but I feel rested. I feel rejuvenated. I think I'm just grateful, man. I'm grateful. I'm not going to jump into my Christian bag the way I usually do, but I am going to remind you all that this is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. I opened my eyes this morning and I am excited. I am appreciative. Lord, thank you for another day. As my guardian say, my guardian Diane, who raised me since I was 3 to 5 years old. She always called me on the phone. And before she says, hello, Van, how you doing? She says, praise the Lord, God gave you, praise the Lord, God gave us another day. How you doing, Vanny Pooh? What's up, Vanny Pooh? What you doing, Vanny Pooh? But before she says anything else, it's praise the Lord, God gave us another day. Yes. Woo! I'm ready to get into it. Shout out to everybody, man. Can we get I was born black, not Democrat on a t-shirt? Well, we just might. But speaking of, I came across this video on X yesterday. Let me tell you something. This young lady is on fire. And I'm about to share with you all to get us started. But first, I'm going to need y'all to hit that like button. I want us to have more likes in here than we have people. Can we do that? Let's do it. I think we can. I think teamwork make a dream work. Yeah. So let's go and jump into it. Shout out to you all for being here with me. And I think we're going to go with the morning vantage. I think we're going to go with that. I haven't parallel parked on that, but I'm slowing down and I see the parking space and the morning advantage is the one that I'm about to pull into. I don't know. I don't know. But y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments, man. Love y'all.
When I first announced my run for Congress, I had this random white woman, liberal, walk up to me and ask, well, what about you isn't Democrat? To which I responded, well, besides my skin color, what about me is Democrat? And it was at that very moment that she realized that God gave her enough common sense to ask me about my values. Now, don't get me wrong, I was raised to vote Democrat down the ballot. So when I first started, I would say things like, I'm a Republican, but I'm not a conservative. But now I know all too well I am a full-fledged, hardcore conservative, and I'm proud of it. I mean, my favorite saying is I was born Black, not Democrat. But in all seriousness, whenever I began to think for myself politically, the choice was easy. I mean, why would I want to belong to a party whose mission is to infringe on the Second Amendment as if a criminal would ever participate in something like a mandatory buyback? Why would I want to belong to and endorse a godless party? Because there is no such thing, and I mean no such thing as a trans child. We have confused children and sick enabling adults. Why would I want to belong to a party that takes pride in shedding innocent blood? Number one, as if that's not what God hates. Number two, as if there's not a black market for baby organs. And number three, as if abortion clinics didn't start in the hood. Because if you think Trump is bad, you should research exactly who Margaret Sanger was. But speaking of the Black community, why would I want to belong to a party who's responsible for the foundation of the Triple K? But it's not just that. Supposedly in the 1900s, the party switched, right? But what never changed, what I noticed never changed, is Democrats' love for immigration and how they have always prioritized that over the Black community. I mean, imagine every single Democrat leader helping you joke about what a Black job is in 2024, exposing your ignorance on 1924 and how imperative the Immigration Act of that year was, how it was all reversed in 1965 with the Hart-Celler Act, how Congress refuses the advice of the Rockefeller Commission and the Hesburgh Commission, and how to this day they refuse to adopt the Barbara Jordan blueprint, validating every single thing that Dr. Claude Anderson spoke of generally, but specifically what Mrs. King spoke of in 1991 with her letter to Congress. Now, look, I'm not saying that the Republican Party is perfect. No, nobody's perfect. What I'm saying is I saw with Malcolm X when he said that the liberals were the worst thing that could ever happen to the Western Hemisphere, but y'all ignore that, just like how y'all ignore LBJ saying, and I quote, I'm going to have Negroes voting Democrat for the next 200 years, and by God, 60 years later, I see no sign of recourse, but rest assured your vote is your voice, even if it is a whisper.
LBJ said that I will make sure that you Negroes, and he didn't say Negroes, I'm being polite. He did not say El Negro. He said, I'm going to make sure y'all Negroes vote Democrat for the next 1,500 years. That's what he said. Verbatim. I quote, I'm going to make sure y'all vote Democrat for the next 900 years. 900 years is what he said. As soon as I heard that he said 750 years, man, what? Man, please. I'm going to go ahead and get off on the next stop, please. Yeah, I'm about to exit on the next stop. It ain't happening. Shout out to this young lady. I really appreciate her for her, giving the truth. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the link right here so y'all can have it. Boom, is inside the chat right now. This is the link to her video. So y'all can go ahead and check it out for yourselves. But I love the fact that many people are starting to make up their own minds and move to their own beat, march to their own beat. They're not allowing any of this BS or the loudest voices in the room to stop them from supporting the people that they want to support, stop them from voting the way that they want to vote. So I'm appreciative of that. Trump just now hit 100 days in office since January 21. And also, guys, I have not drank from my new glasses yet. My inauguration set. I'm thinking about auctioning these bad boys off, man. I still have not drank from it. Look, check this out. I still have not drank from that. Look at that president's seal on them glasses, man. That is leather. That's leather right there, bro. Around the glass. Yeah. Everybody who played a big part in the inauguration, making sure that it was successful for the president, received one of these. Everybody that was a part of the inauguration force that were essential to making sure that it was a good, safe, successful day, successful event, received one of these, and I got one. And yeah. So take that. Take that, Batman. It's not Hennessy. See, that's racist. That is racist. Somebody said no Hennessy. Only saying that because I'm black. You only saying, you wouldn't say that if I was white. Good morning, Renee. What's up, Renee? I never noticed Van has great I said I got great fingernails. I do not. I got man fingernails. They're nasty. I'm used to building, changing out transmissions and changing oil and chopping down trees. All right, guys. So today we are going to talk about a couple of things. Those things will be the U.S. government having a new policy for terminating international students, legal status. We're going to also talk about how Jack Posobiec was attacked while protesting a rally. We're going to also follow up on Trump saying he could bring back Ábrego García back from El Salvador. We're going to talk about that. We're going to discuss Trump's first 100 days. Obviously, you can see from the title that we're going to discuss that, and from the thumbnail as well. We're going to discuss something that's pissing the left off right now. Talking about criminal charges potentially, because Donald Trump Jr. he establishes an executive branch club for select VIPs. Yeah, that's supposed to be a big deal too, because I'm hearing that it's like $500,000 a piece to be a part of that, and they have a waiting list. Bruh, we not making enough money. As much as we lock into the lives of these politicians and we talk about these things ad nauseum, we care about our country, we out there grinding, we go to work 40 hours a week at minimum. We're saving pennies, investing and losing money in stocks and bonds and Bitcoin. We're all making moves to try to set ourselves up so that our families could be okay in the near future. Yet there are people paying $500,000 a piece to be in a selected VIP group. That is nuts. And then they have the nerve to have overflow. There's overflow, bro. Overflow, and the price is $500,000. Are you kidding me? Y'all gatekeeping, man. Let me know how to make some of that money. They gatekeeping. I'm not believing that all these are just old, wrinkly billionaires who have been running their businesses for centuries and just passing it down from generation to generation. Possibly, potentially, more than likely, those are the people who are able to afford this. But still. So now we're in an age where we can change the dynamic for our own families. We're also going to discuss U.S. charges migrants over entering military buffer zone on Mexico border. So without further wait, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so this first story is about the U.S. government having a new policy for terminating international students' legal status. All right, let me pull this bad boy up. Share this with you. Yeah, man, I'm having a good day today, man. I promise you I am. There's nothing that can ruin my day. I'm on cloud 9 today. I'm not sure why. Because just like the Lord woke me up today, the Lord woke me up yesterday. But for some strange reason today, just feels extra special. And shout out to Tree for helping me out, man. Shout out to Tree Beard. Put that back up, big dog. I like that. Put that back up, man. Let that stay up on the screen, big dog. Thank you. I appreciate you. Shout out to Tree Beard, man. I really appreciate you, man, for helping me out so much. Look who we got. We got a superstar in the building. Talking about shout out to Mika. Good morning. You shouldn't be punished for doing well in life. Thank you so much, Mika. You're dope. You shouldn't be punished for doing well. Nobody should be punished for doing well in life. God dang it. At all. At all. And I appreciate the love and the support always. One of the dopest people in the land. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. All right, guys, let's go and jump into it. So the U.S. government has a new policy for terminating international student legal status. Now, let's just run through it right quick. So the federal officials announced that the U.S. government is reversing the termination of legal status for over 1,200 international students whose SEVIS records were recently terminated following numerous lawsuits challenging the actions. Mass termination and visa revocation. All right, so since late March, at least 1,220 students across 187 colleges have had their visas revoked or SEVIS records terminated, often without clear reasons, leaving them at risk of deportation. Many students reported minor or no infractions. So students filed lawsuits arguing they were denied due process, as terminations were based on vague or outdated criminal records for the NCIC database or other unclear criteria. Courts have issued temporary restraining orders to restore some of the student statuses. Now, ICE is developing a new policy to provide future SEVIS terminations, and until it's finalized, affected students' records will remain active or be reactivated, halting further terminations based solely on NCIC findings. The sudden terminations caused widespread uncertainty, with colleges noticing restored universities struggling to respond, and some students leaving the country or going into hiding. Public opinion, particularly among college-educated adults specifically, largely opposes the visa revocations, especially for students involved in pro-Palestinian protests. So as you can clearly see, an article was written on AP, and I think this is a left-leaning news source? I believe it is. So they've already started discussing it. The U.S. government has begun shedding new light on the crackdown on international students. So thousands of people and laying out the grounds of terminating their legal statuses. Not sure how I feel about this, but I don't want to violate anybody's rights by any means necessary. But I do know this: other countries, they are more strict than us when it comes to this thing. And I like that we're getting a hold of it. I like that we're getting a handle of everything. And some people are going to be hurt. Some people are simply going to be hurt. You know what I mean? Let me see. Hold on. Who is this? Brad Benaes, an immigration attorney representing a student whose status was terminated, said the new guidelines vastly expand ICE's authority beyond previous policy, which did not count visa revocation as grounds for losing legal status. In the past, if a student had their visa revoked, they could stay in the U.S. to finish their studies. They simply would not be able to re-enter if they left the country. Oh, so that was the rule. Okay, so that was the rule. If you end up leaving, you can't get back in. But if you stay here, you Gucci, you straight. Just don't go nowhere. Don't go on no trips out of the country, because if you do, just know that that's your last time seeing us I mean, well, that's their last time being here as an American citizen in cosplay, because technically you're not an American citizen yet. This just gave them carte blanche to have the State Department revoke a visa and then deport those students, even if they've done nothing wrong. Many of the students who had visas revoked or lost their legal status said they had only minor infractions on their record, including traffic violations. Some did not know they were being targeted at all. Lawyers for the government provided some explanation at a hearing Tuesday in the case of Bania's client, Akshar Patel, an international student studying information systems in Texas. Patel's status was terminated and then reinstated this month, and he is seeking a preliminary court ruling to keep him from being deported. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments. I really don't feel any type of way about it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I just don't want anybody taken advantage of. Shout out to people doing things the right way. I'm really trying to be a good person here with my commentary, but I honestly can care less. Sorry. You'll probably never hear, you'll probably never tune into a news source like Fox, MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS, and hear them say, after reporting the news, and they start, you know, putting their little papers on the desk, and then they say, to be honest with you, I can care less. Honestly, I just want everything to work for everybody, but Americans first, to be honest with you. Sorry, don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. All right, so in other news, so apparently a brother by the name of Jack Posobiec was attacked while protesting, while at a protest. I want to show y'all this right here. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. Here we go, gang. And again, guys, thank y'all so much for pulling up. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Don't be stingy with your likes. I'm not saying you gotta go in your wallet and pull out $2 like Mika. All I'm saying is hit the like button. That's it. That's not a whole bunch to ask. God dang it. It really isn't. It really isn't.
The right to organize unions. Yeah. For redress agreements, we're going to defend the right to assemble. Yeah. We know with Dr. King that the greatness of America is the right to protest for what is right. Yeah. Against lawbreakers in big office. And that's where we are today. I'll leave you with my friends with the words of the great Marylander Frederick Douglass.
Jamie, why did you lose the popular vote? Why did you lose every single swing state? Why did you talk? Let me talk. Stop, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. They're assaulting you, motherfucker. Why'd you leave?
That is not cool. Why they jump the guy? Wait a minute. So he can't even ask a question? This is white on white crime. Bruh, my man can't ask a question? This is white on white crime, man. I promise you, this right here, I feel unsafe. Even I feel unsafe behind the screen in the privacy of my own home. He just asked the man, why did you lose the popular vote? And they just oh my gracious. All right, so hold on. So they decided to take his sign and knock his phone out of his hand after they booed him. They said they got to work. After they booed that man, they got to work. And who's the speaking, by the way? Who is the speaking? Let me see here. Jamie Raskin. Okay, that's Jamie Raskin. Okay, let's get back to it. This was hilarious to me. I don't know why, but this was absolutely hilarious to me. I can watch. Listen, let me tell y'all something. White on white crime. It's hilarious, and I don't know if y'all feel that way. Y'all probably like, Van, I hate to tell you this, buddy, but you might be a little like a teaspoon racist. No, I am not. I'm not a teaspoon racist. I'm not a tablespoon racist. I'm not a pinch racist. Okay. It's just something about white on white crime at a rally that just is hilarious to me. It's hilarious. And it's still a peaceful protest. The guy was just like, bro, y'all knocking my stuff out of my hand. Let me at least pick up my phone. And then when he go to pick up his phone, somebody bump him and knock him over, and they making him look bad. Now his kids gonna be watching it and thinking that he a sucker, and they're gonna be testing him. He's gonna tell him to go to bed. And they're gonna be like, you go to bed, Dad. Huh? You weren't telling them people out there at the protest to go to bed. You weren't telling people at the rally to go to bed. They knocked you on your ass, Dad.
Jamie, why did you lose the popular vote? Why did you lose every single swing state? Why did you lose? Let me talk. It's not fake. Look at this. Look at this. They're assaulting you, motherfucker. Why'd you lose?
Wow. Wow.
Can I get my phone? No. Back up.
Wow. All right. So hold on. Let's get one of the assailants on camera. Let's see which one of these assailants did. This guy right here. He started it all. Yep. They call him Uncle Baby Billy. This is Uncle Baby Billy right here. And he started it. Uncle Baby Billy. I don't trust none of them. Look at them. They just look. Eva. Federal workers matter. Okay, crotch shot. Didn't ask for that one right there. Okay, did not ask for the crotch shot. Did not ask for the crotch shot. Okay, moving back. All right. So yeah, there you have it, folks. So they got a little violent. Something like a Black Lives Matter rally. They got a little, handsy. All right. Violence broke out. The police pulled up, started spraying pepper spray on everybody's faces. They let the dogs loose and the water hoses. So yeah, that happened. And that was fun. Let me see what they're saying inside these comments, man. Okay. That guy is speaking up against the establishment. Get them, boys. All right. Let me see here. Nothing burger. All right. Okay. My brother got a face for radio. You should definitely have an audio only podcast for sure. Yeah, and I bet he got kids that look just like him. You know what? That's one thing too that I appreciate about just us all looking different. You got to appreciate that. I can't say anybody's funny looking or goofy looking or anything like that. All I'll just say is he looks different. And one thing that I know for sure, there's somebody out there for all of us. Because as Dr. King said in his I Have a Dream speech, and I know y'all remember that, Dr. King said, what the world need now is love, sweet love. That's what Dr. King said. What the world need now is love, sweet love. Yeah. All right. So shout out to that brother. Come on, Van. He looks real special. Wow. That's not nice at all. Gwendolyn. Shout out to Dr. King, man. Everybody want to quote Dr. King when they get a daggone. You just pass somebody a bullhorn and they like, I'm gonna quote Dr. King. Stop quoting Dr. King. Stop. I'm tired of quoting. I'm tired of people quoting Dr. King, man. Next person to quote Dr. King, I'm gonna jump on the stage and start choking them. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start choking them because you don't know Dr. King. He said more than anything about having a daggone dream. That's what he said. And we all know that. And we need to stop acting like he the only person that said something motivational before in life. We all know better than that. Okay. In other press news, apparently there was reports of a roadblock on in Gates County, North Carolina. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but here's the story.
The Gates County Sheriff's Office, North Carolina State Highway Patrol, and the Hertford County Sheriff's Office are all responding. They're asking drivers to avoid Route 13 South and Barfield Road for now. We'll let you know when the road is clear again.
All right, so I'm gonna need for y'all to avoid that road that she mentioned. Okay. All right, so she mentioned the road, and I'm gonna need for y'all to go ahead and avoid the road that she just now mentioned. All right, because it's a roadblock, and it's going to impede your movement. You're not going to be able to get from A to B if you go down this road. Okay. And I'm just making sure I do my due diligence and looking out for my people so that your morning commute will be smooth. So listen to this young lady from North Carolina who lets you know to stay away from that road. All right. Stay away from that road. All right. Okay. Now that we got that handled, we're going to God is good. God is good. God is good. Woo! God is amazing. All right, let's go ahead and jump into other news. All right, so our next step up is so Trump says he could bring Ábrego García back from El Salvador. He said he could. He didn't say he would, but he said he could. Okay, so we're gonna hold him at that. I could bring him back. Not sure if I want to, but because he's not even he don't even live here, so I might not bring him back. All right. So as you can see, President Trump told Terry Morin he's not being very nice during a heated interview marking his first 100 days in office, as the ABC journalist challenged him on the detention in El Salvador of a Maryland father. Now, I don't know if y'all have seen that video yet. Let me go ahead and pull it up, man. I thought this joint was absolutely hilarious. And I need for Trump, I need for people to stop sending Trump things that's not all the way 100% factual. What I'm saying is, and this is what I'm saying, guys, the MS-13 on the knuckles thing. Hold on one second. The MS-13 on the knuckles. Trump said that absolutely is on main man's hands. I know that there was, so let me pull this up right quick. We're gonna read this in a moment. All right, so make sure y'all avoid the road that I just now was talking about. You know what I mean? No roadblocks. We're trying to get around the roadblocks. Okay, that's my public service. All right, so right here is the picture that has been circulating throughout the internets. All right, where you got the marijuana, the smile, the cross, and the skull. And everyone who knows anything about this gang know that says MS-13. Now, as far as the M, the S, the 1, and the 3, I don't know if that was on his hand, or if that is on his hand, but they're saying that this picture has not been doctored, and they're saying this picture is actually real. So not sure, but here he is right here shaking hands with Senator Chris Van Hollen when he went out to El Salvador to act like he was bigger than he actually is so that he can bring him back. But here's Trump on ABC last night cooking his, he cooked buddy. He cooked main man. And I'm glad about it. And let me, did y'all see this? Check this out. They were extremely aggressive with Trump, man. Extremely, like it was abrasive. It was like, I'm coming here to try to start a fight with you. That's what it was. That's what it seemed like. And Trump wasn't having it. Check this out. He's going to ask him about this. And then after he asks, he's going to try to hurry up and go to Ukraine. Watch how Trump handled this. This right here is how a man handles a conversation. Wait. Wait, nah, we're not moving on to nothing else. We're going to talk about exactly what you just now said. Hit the like button, guys. I don't know if we got 452 likes, but I know we got 452 people. All right.
He wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute.
Well, wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles tattooed.
Oh, he had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry.
He did not have the letter MS-13.
It says MS-13.
That was Photoshop. So let me
That was Photoshop. Terry, you can't do that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. I picked you, Terry, but you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture.
And you think it was Photoshop? Well,
Here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine.
Wait a minute. So this is what I like right here. This is what I like. Wait a minute, bro. You're not very nice right now. And I wanted to give you an opportunity, but right now you're being ridiculous. You're being stupid, and I want to slap you. Trump was about to smack him. He was about to smack him. I think he was about to smack him. I'm getting that energy. Like, bro, you lucky I'm the president. You lucky I'm the president because smack him.
Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine,
No,
sir.
Terry,
I want to get to Ukraine.
No. He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. This is why people no longer believe the news, because
when
it's
he was
fake
photographed
news.
in El Salvador, they aren't there. But let's just go. They aren't there when he's in El Salvador.
They weren't there, but they're there now, right?
No,
but
they're in your picture.
Terry,
Ukraine, sir.
he's got MS-13 on his knuckles.
All right.
Okay,
We'll take a look.
It's you do such a disservice.
We'll take a look at
Why
that,
don't you
sir.
just say yes, he does, and go on to something else?
It's contested.
That's because he wanted to go on to something else. He wanted to go into something else. He wanted to be abrasive. He wanted to talk about Ukraine and journalists. So here's your job, sir. And this is last I understood about journalism is that you actually got to do your research. You actually got to do your due diligence. And sir, you should know, you should probably look at other MS-13 members' tattoos. If you are a journalist, you call yourself a journalist that people need to take seriously, you should already know, even if it doesn't say MS-13, that these symbols mean what? When an MS-13 member have them on their hands. What does this mean, bro? Don't play these games with me, man. This is why Trump was about to smack you anyway. This is why he's about to smack the white off your face. He's about to sprinkle some powder in his hand and slap the hell out you. And guess what? I was here for it. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see the whole daggone thing, the whole kit and caboodle. That's a term that you never heard in the hood. I never heard anybody in the hood say, yeah, man, because I'm gonna give him the whole kit and caboodle. I don't even know what kit nor caboodle is. I can't even write it down. I can say it, because I've heard it before, but I've heard it on a movie or a TV show. But it certainly wasn't from a black man saying it. Not that that matters, but I do want to know, where does the term kitten caboodle come from? But I'm going to stop saying it because for all I know, it probably came about from Margaret Sanger. That's probably who started it, Margaret Sanger. All right, so check this out. This is him talking about it. So President Trump, he told Terry Moron he's not being very nice during a heated interview marking his first 100 days in office as the ABC journalist challenged him on the detention in El Salvador of a Maryland man. The detention in El Salvador of an El Salvadorian man is what it should say. Why this matters, the Trump administration has refused to comply with court orders to return Salvadorian national Kilmar Ábrego García, who was erroneously deported. This is definitely a left-leaning news source. Definitely, you can tell in the verbiage, like was erroneously deported, despite a Supreme Court ruling requiring officials to facilitate the U.S. residents' return. Now, during the interview, that ABC News broadcast Tuesday evening, Moron asked Trump what he was doing to comply with the court orders. This is what Trump says. Trump said, "This is an MS-13 gang member. He's a tough cookie, been in a lot of skirmishes, beat the hell out of his wife, and the wife was petrified to talk about him." Trump said in reference to a temporary protective order in 2021 that Jennifer Vasquez-Sora said she filed out of caution after a disagreement with Kilmar. You see how they write these things, bro? It's so disingenuous. So they're trying to say that she wrote this out of fear, but he really didn't do anything. They had a disagreement, so she filed charges because of their disagreement, because she was just being a petty wife, a petty girlfriend. Then Trump goes on to say, "This is not an innocent, wonderful gentleman from Maryland," added Trump about Ábrego García, who has never been convicted of any gang-related crime. This is definitely a left-leaning. Why do they see this right here? Is not good journalism, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Like, if you're here to report the news, then report the damn news. You ain't got to add little stuff like who has never been convicted of any gang-related crime. Let me tell you something. If a gang member come to your block and they never been caught before, never been convicted of anything yet, you mean to tell me you're going to give them a pass, or you're going to be less what word am I looking for? What word am I looking for? Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. All right, so then Moron says he wasn't saying Ábrego García was a good guy. It's about the rule of law and the Supreme Court ruling. You could get him back, Moron said. And then Trump said, I could. I could get him back. I mean, the Moron suggested Trump could phone Bukele and say, send him back right now. And Trump shot back and said, and if he were the gentleman you say he is, I would do that. But he ain't. So that ain't happening. And you don't control this narrative, bro. Just because you got on the suit and I let your little punk ass come up in here and interview me, don't mean that you are in charge, bro. I'm the man with the plan, bro. I can slap the teeth out your mouth right now, but I'm not going to do that because my pastor told me I need to calm down a little bit. Trump said he wasn't the one making the decision in the matter, and the administration has lawyers that don't want to do this. Moron pointed out he's the president and the buck stops at the White House. Now, that only fits when they want us to do something for them. The buck stops at the White House. You're the president. You can do anything you want to do. You can make these decisions. You ain't got to wait on anybody. You ain't got to wait on Congress. You're the president. You can do it. Yeah, when you want me to do something for you, but when I want to write executive orders to actually get rid of these damn illegals that y'all brought over here by the millions, now you want to say that the buck stops at Congress. I'm not doing things the right way. I'm illegally handling my business. We're talking right now because obviously the buck don't stop at me. If the buck stops at me, then why in the hell you asking me questions about a decision that I made? I made the decision. I'm standing on that, and y'all gonna have to deal with it. That's it. Don't tell me that the buck stops with me, because what you're doing right now is gaslighting. You've been a sucker right now, and this is why I think, and I wouldn't have had an issue with it if Trump would have smacked him. If he would have just backslapped, just pow, just real quick, pop, just cut. Just across a little, just the side of the cheek, just the cheek meat. He ain't got to catch no lip meat. You know what I mean? Because the lip might start bleeding, but side of the cheek meat, bow. Going to say the buck stops at you. You can make the phone call right now. Yes, sir. The buck stops at me. And I've already made the decision. And I sent his little ass over to El Salvador, where he is from. And if he's not from there, then we'll figure out where he's from, but he ain't from here. He been here for 14 years and did not do what he needed to do in order to become a citizen. Not only that, but he's joined a violent gang. Why should I give a damn about him? So yes, I agree. The buck stops with me. I made a decision already, and you're not going to question me again about it. You say something about it again, you even fix your lips to say Ábrego, García, and I'm going to pop you. I'm going to pop you. What? What? I thought so. Thought so. Exactly. Hey, check this out. The buck stops at me, except when they send the judges, because then the buck stops at the judges. The judges are the guys to listen to. That's the judges are the main guys to listen to. Not me. All right. So President Trump said in an interview that he hasn't asked El Salvador President Nayib Bukele to return the Maryland man. Why they keep on calling him the Maryland man who was mistakenly deported? You see the verbiage, the way that they decide to say what they're saying? This is not journalism. It really isn't. Return the Maryland man who was mistakenly deported. Like, come on, bro. You said the buck stops at me. Guess what? You're right. Now let's move on to the next thing. The hell out my damn face. Get out my face. Well, I slap you in your mouth. In other news, so Trump's first 100 days. People have been celebrating that bad boy. He's been killing it, bro. Check this out. This is from Trump talking about his first 100 days at a rally yesterday that I did not cover. My bad. My bad. All right. Shout out to Benny Johnson for sharing this bad boy. Appreciate you, big dog. Let's get it.
Not allow a handful of communist radical left judges to obstruct the enforcement of our laws and assume the duties that belong solely to the President of the United States. Judges are trying to take away the power given to the president to keep our country safe, and it's not a good thing. But I hope, for the sake of our country, that the Supreme Court is going to save this, because we have to do something. These people are just looking to destroy our country. Nothing will stop me in the mission to keep America safe again. It's very simple. Keep America safe again. We cannot allow a handful of communists.
Keep America safe again. You know, I be pissing people off, man. You can keep that on the screen. I be pissing people off, especially Democrats who don't want to hear "Make America Great Again." Oh man, I've been pissing people. I've been going to Democratic posts on Instagram and just putting in MAGA, just pissed them off. MAGA. It's like cussing at you, like saying your mama is ugly and she stank. That's how it comes off to people. Like when you go into somebody's post and you just write MAGA and leave, they're gonna hate you. They're gonna try to block you. They're gonna try to block you, bro. They are. It's just like saying your mama stank. Your mama got a peg leg with a kickstand. Yeah, so shout out to Trump for talking his sugar honey iced tea, man. Trump is doing an amazing job. Let's check this out and see exactly what the people are saying. The people are saying, all right, this is what the people are saying, what the people saying. What the people saying, huh? All right, what are the people saying? All right, let me see. Oh my gracious, here we go. Somebody off the top, the Supreme Court literally just said 9-0 that he has to return old boy from Maryland. He's not from Maryland, bro. He's not from Maryland at all. This is why I don't like daggone comment section, because most people who comment are ridiculous. MAGA. That means make the country safe again. Make America safe again. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Trump. Shout out to Trump for doing exactly what we voted for him to do. Because guess what? In the Biden-Kamala era, they weren't doing a damn thing, bro. All they was trying to do was appease people enough for them to vote for them again. They was running the same play that Lyndon B. Johnson ran way back in the day. And Lyndon B. Johnson was right. As a matter of fact, he was more correct than he thought he was going to be. He was actually more correct than he thought he would be. Let's give these cats, these stray cats, some daggone Purina when they come to our doorstep, and they will return. And that's exactly what he did. He gave these daggone cats, these stray cats, these alley cats, some Purina. When they came to the door, he gave them some tuna fish, some chicken of the sea. When they came to the door, gave them a cup of milk, a glass of milk, a bowl of milk. When they came to the door begging, and they're coming right back voting for it. Yeah, you did it. You voted. You did exactly what you said you were going to do. You let me keep my EBT, even though I haven't had a job for 50 years. You let me keep all of my benefits and take advantage of the federal government, even though I haven't paid taxes or put anything in the pot for 30 years. Like, that's the problem right there. We got people taking advantage of our resources, where you have American citizens busting their hump, going to work every single day, handling our business, putting money in the pot for other American citizens. And guess what? The people who don't deserve it, the people who did not put into the pot, are the ones taking up all the resources. And not only that, they spit in our faces, go to other countries, fly them in, ship them in, bust them in, however you want to call it, and give them the monies that we put into the pot. Please make that make sense. That make no sense to me. How does that reward our loyalty? Why should we want anything different than what Trump is doing right now? What's the difference between what Trump is doing right now and any other president with regard to stepping in the building, changing things up so that his administration can run smoothly, and trying to do exactly what he promised the people when he was running for president? That's the only thing that Trump is doing, in my opinion, that most other presidents have not been doing. Trump stepped into the office in his first 100 days and started doing exactly what he said that he was going to do. And he even came up with a pretty cool slogan that I said on my channel that I will hold his feet to the fire for. And that's when he said, promises made, promises kept. Promises made, promises kept. And he's not going to keep all of those promises. But I'm glad that he's at least trying. I don't care about the Supreme Court blocking his demands or blocking certain things that he decided to do. I'm glad that he decided to make these decisions, period. Now let the judges and the courts go and do what they do. I don't know who they working for, don't even care. What I do care about is that we got a president in office right now who is at least trying to do what the people who voted for him wanted them to do. He got in front of a rally, many rallies. Like, this dude has done more rallies than any other president that I can remember. And then talk for 3-4 hours, making promises. And then when he gets the job, he does something that politicians usually don't do. He keeps his promise. I ain't got no issue with that. He keeps his promise. He's at least trying. He's at least trying, bro. That's the one thing that I have when it comes to Trump, man. I think people should just consider that part right there. For real. And he's going up against some of the other superpowers around the world that we were allowing to take advantage of us for, I want to say decades, but probably centuries. They've been taking advantage of us and we've been cool with it. So for people like me who's just now getting into politics and backing a president, not only backing him, but following what he's doing and trying to hold him accountable at the same time, yo, I'm good with it. There's this little guy, this little weird guy on X, Harry something. Harry, is it Harry or Henry? Something like that. I think he's on the left. I believe he's on the left. Little gay TikToker. I think he's straight. He just acts gay. Not that anything's wrong with that. If you're gay, then you're gay. You're cool. You know what I mean? That's your business. That's your business. I'm staying out your business. We're all flawed in some type of way. Oh, just because I'm gay, I'm flawed? This is natural, honey. I don't even know how to, I don't know how to talk gay, but Harry Sissy. Yeah, so Harry Sissy just now was talking about how Saquon Barkley, the running back for the Philadelphia Eagles, who just now won a NFL championship, Super Bowl, he was talking about how everyone was upset with Saquon Barkley because he went golfing with Trump. He hung out with him he flew with him on his private plane. He went to the White House and talked to him. And of course, America, the left-leaning Americans, went in on Saquon Barkley for that. And then Saquon Barkley posted something saying, yo, chill. He's the president. I actually like him. And that's okay. You're allowed not to like him. I'm allowed to like him. So can we please move on from this political stuff? And then the gay guy, Harry Sissy, he said, is that his real name, Harry Sissy? Or y'all messing with me? I think y'all messing with me when you said that his last name is Harry Sissy. Is that his real last name? I gotta look up his last name now. See, now you're playing with me, man. See, now you're playing with me. Now you're playing with me. Hold on one second. Harry Sissy. Harry Sissy. Is it Harry Sissy? Let's see. Harry Sissy. Is this? His name is Harry Sissy. His name is really Harry Sissy. Get out of here. His name is really Harry Sissy. I thought you was messing with me. Wow. This brother's name is really Harry Sissy. Okay. All right. Okay, I see why his name is Harry Sissy. Okay. It's not Sissy. It's Sisson. Hurry Sisson. That's the problem. Y'all playing with me, man. See, that's y'all problem. Y'all know when the dad gonna mess with me and y'all got me all going all over the place. Your boy Caysen Alison got found not guilty. How do you feel about that? I just now heard about that story. I don't know nothing. I don't know anything about it. What I do know is that I believe he stabbed somebody in school and they died, and he was just now found not guilty of murder, but guilty of something else, aggravated assault. Or I don't know what the heck it was, but I got to look into that. Once I do, King Mike, I'm gonna let you know, big dog. And I know why you asking too, because you like, see, I told you, brother. The white man can do whatever they want, but when the black man wants to stab somebody, all of a sudden we murderers. All of a sudden we doing something that's not supposed to be done. But when the white man do it, the white man can go around stabbing people, but we can't stab nobody. Please, bro. Please, man. The only reason why we can't stab nobody is because this country is racist. And they don't allow and they don't celebrate black stabbers. They only celebrate white stabbers. You got to read, my brother. You got to read, my brother. That's what King Mike is saying this morning. Thank you for the super chat, my brother. I appreciate you. All right, so Sergeant Sweet Tea, what's up, big dog? He says this was the whole intention of the DOE, stupefying people over decades. Now, so many people don't even know the difference between the executive branch and judicial branch and who has authority of what. So since we're all confused, we can just continue to just say whatever the hell we want to say. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're saying whatever the hell they want to say. And minions are just following suit. All right, we're not done with the 100 days. All right, so let me go ahead and put in Trump's 100 days. 100 days. All right. Let me see. Fox News has just revealed in their latest poll that the only president to have a lower approval rating than Trump's first term at 100 days, 100-day mark, is Trump in his second term. Okay, first of all, this right here is ridiculous. All right, and they talking about in the first 100 days. Let's talk about this. And then you talking about the lower rating. No, as a matter of fact, I ain't even going to bring that up. I ain't even going to talk about that. Well said. President Trump's first 100 days has been a huge success. Check this out right here. So y'all see this? This says the pollsters who predicted Kamala would sweep all 7 swing states are confident that Trump's first 100 days were a failure. All right. The media that covered Trump's second term with 92% negative coverage says it's been a failure. The people who voted to shut down the border, abolish DEI, reform the DOJ, arrest judges who harbor illegals, shut down the failing Department of Education, protect women's sports, and stand up for the American worker, think it's been a massive success. Boom, pow, mic drop. There you go. This is exactly the truth. Pollsters who wanted Kamala to win, they thought it was a failure. The media who wants Trump to fail says that it was negative, and they says it's a failure too. The people who wanted to see the border back on track, we're getting what we want. Who wanted to see DEI abolished because that's all they kept on leaning on. And guess what, guys? And this is not going to be probably good for my conservative brand, but certain parts of DEI I really don't have an issue with. And it's because of how far we've come as a people. I mean, some things had to be put into place in order for certain people to get some help or extra help. But I do know that if it naturally had happened, we might be in a better position right now. Might, maybe, not sure, don't know. But if it weren't for the past actions of our forefathers and other people who have treated certain groups horribly, then certain things wouldn't be in place. Something like this. Trump wouldn't be president right now if it weren't for how badly the Biden-Kamala administration was. I just want you to soak on that just for a second, because so many people are completely against DEI, not realizing that DEI came from something. And also, for people who wanted to reform the DOJ and arrest judges who are harboring illegals, people, that's actually happening. Judges, I'm talking about the king and queen ding-a-ling of the courts, of the court system, are getting checked. Their houses and their ranches are being ran up on for doing what they thought they can get away with, which is bringing illegals onto their land, putting them up in a room, allowing them to bring their people over and have barbecues and cookouts, go to the range and shoot high-powered rifles together, all that stuff. Shutting down the failed Department of Education. Our kids still are not learning at the rate that they should be learning. But then when they get old enough to work a job, they're demanding something that they have not earned. That makes no sense at all. Then before they even start a life to prepare themselves, like start to stack up financially or start to build up their resume by working at all these different places, they've already started having children by many different baby fathers, or just having babies and aborting them. This, at some point, there needs to be a course correction. So I'm glad that all of these institutions are being broken up. Everyone that voted for Trump voted to protect women. Not only women's sports, but women. They voted to protect women. Because most of y'all don't give a damn about women's sports. Most of you don't watch it. And if I'm misspeaking, feel free to correct me, but most of you don't watch women's sports. Maybe women tennis or women volleyball. I know I watch women volleyball. And I ain't going to tell you why. That's my business. Why I watch women's volleyball. I like the technique. I like how high they jump. Okay? So and people who want a president who can stand up for the American worker. We think that Trump's first 100 days was absolutely dope. Absolutely dope. Shout out to Trump, man. Check this out right here. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments, man. This dude's been cooking. He's been cooking.
We're here tonight in the heartland of our nation to celebrate the most successful first 100 days of any administration in the history of our country, and that's according to many, many people. This is the best, they say, 100-day start of any president in history, and everyone is saying it. We've just gotten started. You haven't even seen anything yet. It's all just kicking in.
Look at him rallying his troops, man. I ain't got no problem with him talking his sugar honey iced tea, bro. At all. And I will go further to say this. I believe Trump has done more in his first 100 days than Biden has done in his whole presidency. That's just me. All I watch is women's sports. Okay, PG-13, I hear you. Name 5 people that play for the WNBA. Go. Name 5 people who play for the WNBA. Name 2 coaches that play for that coach for the WNBA. Go ahead. I triple dog dare ya. You about to have your tongue stuck to that damn pole. That's what you about to have. Because I didn't triple dog dared you. Pause. Tongue to the pole. That's a Christmas movie reference, by the way. That is a Christmas joint. For real. All right, so shout out to Trump for his first 100 days. Let me see here. Trump's approval at 100 days is the lowest ever, brought to you by the people who said, check this out. The people who said that Trump was a Russian asset. Those were the same people who said that Hunter Biden's laptop was fake. Biden said that too. Same people who said that COVID was naturally occurring, like this was just natural. It came from out of nowhere and just started spreading. Call it chicken pox, call it measles. Don't call it to come back. I've been here for years, wrecking my peers, putting suckers in fear. They said that Ukraine was winning. They also said that Biden was sharp as a tack. They also said that Kamala was a phenomenal and great candidate. These are the people that says that Trump's first 100 days was not good. Come on now. Was not good. Let's hear what JD Vance have to say about the first 100 days. Guys, make sure y'all hit that like button if you have not already. That's the only price of admission for the video. For the live stream. Y'all already know that.
The president talks about this all the time, both in public and in private. It's something that I'm very focused on. And a lot of this comes down to, it turns out we've got to do some battle with some really crazy far left judges in order to allow the administration to do what it actually needs to do. And I will say, to great credit, the president expected this. When we came in, he said, we're going to start deporting people, and a lot of these far left judges are going to stop us, and there's no way out of it but through it. And we're just going to have to battle. We're going to have to win the court cases. We're going to have to take some of this stuff all the way to the Supreme Court, and we're going to have to find alternative ways to deport people when the judges say you can't do this method. We're going to have to find another method. So we recognize that we're doing battle with basically a massive bureaucracy that has decided that it rules the country rather than the American people. And I think one of the biggest takeaways of the 100 days is, yes, we've got a lot of successes. We've also revealed ways in which this deeply entrenched bureaucracy tries to fight the will of the American people. And thank God we've got a vice president and a president who are pushing back against it. And that's exactly what we told the American people we would do. That's exactly what we're doing. But I think that is really the biggest focal point of immigration policy over the next 6 to 12 months, is to empower all of the people in the administration, from Tom Homan and Kristi Noem to the Border Patrol agents on the ground, to do their job and to get a lot of these people out of our country. Now, that said, we have had great success, but we're not resting on our laurels here. We're shutting down the border traffic coming into the country, and we're dealing with what Biden left us simultaneously. That's exactly what we have to do.
Hello, somebody. So they already know that this was going to be an uphill battle. They already knew it. They said we're not going to be able to go around certain things. We're going to have to go through it. They already knew. They already knew, bro. They already knew. But the one person that I trust more than anything for my news, and I'm about to share this still has something to do with the first 100 days of Trump, but the one person that I respect more than anything is Rachel Longneck Maddow. Let's see what she has to say.
So it's all bad for Trump in terms of the public just soundly rejecting everything he's doing, even the stuff that he says just for political effect. It's having the opposite political effect that he intends. I don't know that we have ever seen another first 100 days from any president this roundly rejected and hated by the American people. And as I said, correlation is not causation. Things happening together doesn't necessarily mean that one of those things caused the other one to happen. But on the day we've got on the front page of the New York Times, voters sour on Trump. Americans think Trump is overreaching in his use of power. On the day, that is the news on Donald Trump. What does Trump do? He arrests a judge. He arrests a judge. And we're going to talk with Congressman Jamie Raskin about this in just a moment. But if you want to talk about a portrait of desperation, show me the political leader who is just flipping the table over, just pulling the pin on the grenade and rolling it into the room. Show me the elected leader who has decided to start arresting judges to see what happens.
You act like he arrested the judge for no reason. You act like she wasn't trying to help out an illegal criminal. Like blatantly. You act like she wasn't the reason why there was a foot chase going on with a freaking criminal in the streets. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But that's her job, though. So I give her much credit. A lot of people don't like Rachel Maddow. I don't know enough about her, him, whatever him is. But at the end of the day, I can care less. I can care less. But let's talk about the approval of the left. How are the Democrats looking, Rachel? Let's see how the Democrats are looking. In 2020, their approval rating was 48%. Right now, y'all did this. Trump didn't do this to y'all. Y'all did this. But I guess they're going to blame Trump for this too. Trump threw that grenade into the room of the Democrats and blew y'all ass up. Yeah, use that. The Democrat analogy works great for that. He took the pin out that grenade and tossed it inside the Democrat Party and blew it up. Now y'all don't know what the hell to do. Who's going to run the party? Hakeem Jeffries, Timu Obama, Cory Booker getting up and talking for a daggone 28 hours straight without pen. That was pretty impressive, though. I still think he had like a P cup or P tube or something. He had on some Depends. He had on something to catch all that that filibuster P. That's what that was. It was filibuster P. Yeah. Probably never heard that term day in your life. Well, it is a thing. Filibuster P is a thing. And Cory Booker had a lot of it. A lot of filibuster P. So yeah, his first 100 days was a success. And guess what? Y'all can suck it. Y'all can suck it. Talking about. So yeah, God is absolutely phenomenal. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Let me go ahead and move this one right. So yeah, what else we got to talk about in the news? Just real quick. So Donald Trump Jr. establishes a club for select VIPs. Democrats are saying that this right here is illegal. They're saying that not only is it illegal, but it's pay to play. And they are appalled that that MAGA Trump supporters. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not the story. That's not the story. My bad. That's on me. That's on me. Hold on one second. That is not the story. That is not the story. All right. Here's the story. Okay, here we go. All right. So there's a new club by Donald Trump Jr., David Sachs, and the Winklevoss twins called the Executive Branch, which allows for members to have close proximity toward President Donald Trump, is what they're saying. And it costs $500,000. Apparently, this is it right here. This is it. This is the voice. Y'all see this? This is why I continue to show the story, guys. This is why I continue to show the story. Y'all think it's because of me, you know, it's because people actually care about the huge roadblocks in Gates County, North Carolina. So that's the only reason why I show that story. Like, that's a big deal right now. You know what I mean? it could change the world. It could change the world. It could change the world. Well, so the membership of Trump Jr.'s club is $500,000. The owners of Donald Trump Jr., 1789 Capital Partners, Omid Malik, and Chris Buzzkirk, and sons of Steve Witkoff. Founding members are David Sachs, Tyler, and Cameron Winklevoss. So apparently he has a whole crew that's helping them put this together. I don't know exactly what's happening inside this club, but for $500,000 a piece, $500,000 a pop, man, this right here is a highly exclusive group of individuals. Let me tell you something about that. Let me tell you that. How many of you will go to this club? Let's see what the people are saying, because they was pissed. Can I divide this up into 72 payments on a firm? Let me see. That seems pretty low, to be honest. Pretty high ROI. Lobbying is bad enough. We don't need to put it in a white box and advertise it. Now buying anything will be legal. This is extortion and bribery. Who gets the membership fees? I assume that goes into the U.S. Treasury and benefits taxpayers. The difference is that Donald J. Trump isn't doing quid pro quo like Biden, and so forth and so on. So as Trump voters, Trump supporters, as MAGA, I want to know how y'all feel about this. I really do, because I have no true opinions on it as of yet. I really don't. It's one of them type of things that I could care less about. I don't know if this could benefit or if this could be to our detriment, but I do want to know what y'all feel, how y'all feel about it. How do y'all feel about the executive branch club? Let me see here. She deserved to be arrested. Okay, that was the judge. She most certainly did deserve to be arrested, in my opinion. So they have a lot of these clubs in New York. They are exclusive, and it's paid memberships, very high fees. How much is it? What's the membership fee to golf at Mar-a-Lago? I think those fees are pretty high too, right? Like, this is not our world. So I try not to speak too much on worlds that I don't dwell in, or I don't move in. Like, this is a whole world that I don't understand at all. So this is the reason why I'm asking you all. Screech and Maddow comparison. What the F is on to something. WTF is on to something. Hey, thank you so much for the super chat, big dogs. Sergeant Sweet Tea, PG-13. I appreciate you guys. I have no issues with it. I don't care. As long as it's legal, I'm good with it. Me too, Joe Beard. That's what I said to my wife last night. I'm like, I mean, is it legal? What's the issue that I should be concerned about here? There's a reason why the Bible says to flee from even the appearance of evil. Okay, Connie. All right. Otherwise, things will just go back to the status quo. Okay. I don't know what that's the second part of. I believe, you know what I mean? I know you probably said something else before that. And then said that part. Let's see here. All right, so you guys don't really have too many opinions about it either. So let me just go ahead and leave that be. All right, so in other news, let me see. U.S. charges migrants over entering military buffer zone. And this is from the AP News. I believe this is another left-leaning news source. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. Just for a general synopsis, though, just to let you know what we're discussing. Immigrants detained in southern Mexico. Let me go and pull this up. So immigrants contained in southern Mexico are facing a novel criminal charge of breaching a national defense area after the U.S. Army assumed oversight of a 32-mile border zone, treating it as a military base where unauthorized entry is a federal offense. Here's the story right here from AP. All right. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced that the border zone is now a federally protected area with U.S. troops and Border Patrol okay, that's a word that I don't know. Anyone illegal. Okay. So this follows the transfer of federal land to military control to bypass laws limiting military involvement in domestic law enforcement. The ACLU and other critics warned that the military buffer zone erodes constitutional principles by allowing the military to police civilians. There are concerns that U.S. citizens living near the border could also face prosecution under these provisions. Okay, the Pentagon has deployed thousands of active duty troops with at least 4,000 stationed at the border to support immigration enforcement, including detection, logistics, and detaining migrants. This includes charges against at least 6 immigrants for unauthorized entry on military defense property. The policy aligns with President Trump's aggressive immigration policy crackdown, with posts on X claiming illegal crossings have dropped significantly, up to 98% in some areas, due to militarized enforcement. However, the approach has sparked debate over its legality and impact on local communities. So here's the story. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. We got my man Karmelo. King. I called you Karmelo. My bad, King Mike. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, brother. All right, so let's see what you're talking about. All right, so it's like I said, this Karmelo case is sent from God. He's going to expose all you hypocrites and sellouts. This Karmelo case is sent from God. Come on, Mike. Come on, bro. Really? A young kid stabbing another young kid to death is a godsend. And it's a godsend because it's going to expose people who are secretly racist. They're closet racist, is what you're saying. Bro, I appreciate the super chat and I thank you for always supporting. I really do, man. But come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. What was the name of the guy that you brought up before? Casey Allison. Let's bring up Casey Allison because, and I like how you said hypocrites and sellouts. Am I one of them sellouts, bro? King Mike? Now he said he's serious. He says he's serious. Am I one of them sellouts, brother? And what am I selling out for? What am I selling? What's the product? What's the service? Is the product getting on board with white people? Is that the product? I don't get it. What's the product? What exactly am I selling? You might be, depending on what you say about this case. All right. So it's like, let me go ahead and look this up right quick because and you can feel free to pull up if you're ready to cam up. Next time you pull up, you got to cam up. But I would love for you to pull up and tell me more. I like when people speak with their chest rather than, typing all the time. But I would love for you to pull up. Just so you can tell me more. Please tell me more. I think the people who sell out our race are the people who encourage this BS simply because he's black. People who are protecting this youngin, acting like everything he did was on the level simply because he's black. That right there is selling out, because not holding us accountable is going to put us in a weaker position over and over and over again. It's going to send other kids out there to do the same thing, thinking that we're going to have the whole entire community behind us when you go out there and you do some stupid stuff. We're just going to raise some money for you. We're going to rally behind you. We're going to ignore what you've done, and we're going to compare it to somebody else that did something else. That's the most childish BS in the world. They did it. He did it. It's the same thing. No, that's what the lawyers got to do. The lawyers, they point out actual cases so that they can make their case. And if this case went this way, then I want to reference this with regard to my client. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just looking at it for what it is. But I do like that you called me and other people who think like me sellouts. So I'm going to put in Caysen Alison versus Karmelo Anthony case. All right, so, and this right here is real time, bro. This is real time. Karmelo had the right to defend himself. Let me see here. Justin Caysen Allison, he walked free after using a knife in a mutual brawl. Okay, so let's check this out. Listen, I don't duck no smoke, bro. At all. Not one bit. Not one bit. Not one bit. No. All right, here we go. All right. So this right here comes from, and I believe this is a left-leaning source. All right. So this one right here is saying that Karmelo Anthony is innocent. And I don't see a whole bunch posted about of any of this, but we're gonna go and check this out. Caysen, I want to hear more about this Caysen Allison situation, but this is what we got, guys. This is what we got. All right, here we go.
This noon hour out of Bell County, where a jury has reached a verdict just about an hour ago in the trial of Caysen Allison. We know a lot of you have been following this very closely. Allison was accused of fatally stabbing Joe Ramirez at Belton High School back in 2022. After several hours of deliberation, the jury found Allison not guilty of murder in the death of Ramirez, but guilty of criminally negligent homicide. News 10's Isabella Quintanilla is joining us now live from outside the Bell County Justice Center, where she has been following this trial since last week. Isabella, what can you tell us?
Yeah, that's right, Julie. It has been a long couple of days with the jurors deliberating for nearly 11 hours in total, and many people anxiously awaited the verdict. And as you can imagine, emotions were extremely high as they waited. Even before the jury came in, the entire courtroom was tense, with people on both sides of the court looking both nervous and already getting emotional. As the deputy read the verdict to the defense, there were gasps of shock and relief from both sides. And when walking out, the anger and frustration among Joe Ramirez's family and friends was clear, with one person throwing a water bottle against a wall, another screaming as they walked out of the building. We did hear from Alison's defense attorney, Zachary Boyd, who says this was a hard case, but that they're relieved by the outcome.
This case has been accompanied with threats against Caysen and Alison, against Caysen and Alison's family, against the defense team.
Okay. All right. So hold on 1 second. 1 second. I need some information. Okay. Caysen and Alison case. Okay. We're gonna get to the bottom of it. God dang it. Because a Statin 2033, thank you so much for the super chat. Statin says, don't sink to King Mike's ignorant level. Murder is murder. On judgment, you will find out. On judgment day, you will find out. So, all right. So check this out. Let's go ahead and dive into this. And I don't believe that KMW is being ignorant right now. I mean, well, you are. King Mike, you are, bro. Because you're not looking at it. You're not looking at it in its totality. You're just looking at a white guy did the same thing the black guy did, but he got off. And that's how we sound stupid, bro. We sound foolish that way. That's what makes you worse than any sellout, that you feel like you're above. You feel like you're above people who are looking at all of the facts. You do realize that that's what lawyers and judges and the jury does. They supposed to look at all of the facts, but he's actually guilty. He's just not guilty of first-degree murder. Let's go into it. Caysen Alison is on trial for murder right now for stabbing Joe Ramirez to death during a fight at a Texas high school. His $1 million bond was reduced to $175,000. Guess why? Guess white. You didn't hear any outrage from the same people upset about Karmelo Anthony bond being reduced. All right, so here we go. They'll come with a million excuses about why it's not the same. Those are they're talking about us, the people who are looking at everything. I still want to know all the information, how it happened. I don't know enough about this at all. Because everybody's comparing this and it really isn't the same. But I like that we're having this dialogue, to be honest with you. Let me see here. And the media portray him as the victim, but they portrayed the black teenager as the aggressor. Okay, so the white kid is the aggressor. The white kid took the Ramirez kid into the bathroom and stabbed him. He went in there and he stabbed him. I'm not getting any information on this. That kid was jumped by 3 people in the bathroom. I'm not saying he was justified to stab in return, but it's very different than a push at a track meet. How many people can affirm that this actually happened? They're saying that this Caysen Allison kid was jumped in a bathroom by 3 different people. And then he stabbed the kid in the leg with his knife. He should not have had a knife at school. He should have been arrested immediately for having a knife at school. He stabbed somebody. He should have been arrested. He unalived somebody. He should be held accountable. Okay. There was actually a fight. people are actually throwing hands. All right. So here we go. Austin and his brother rolled up on Karmelo, and Austin put his hands on him. Are you saying the other case is justified since there was one more extra person? White supremacists are so dumb. Putting your hands on somebody and jumping somebody is not the same. Anyone who says that are dumbasses. Anybody who says that is disingenuous. Anybody who says that has false and fake ass outrage. False and fake outrage. Mika, just look up the docs, Van. That's what I do. All right, so let me go ahead and look up the documents. Let me see. Caysen, what's his name again? What's his name? Caysen Allison. Okay. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. See, I'm looking this stuff up, man. I'm seeing people write about it, but I'm not finding the documents. Where do you find the documents for stuff like this in court cases? I guess directly from the court cases. So I guess you go directly to the courts. 1 second. Let's see. Okay. State versus Allison. Okay, here we go. Nope, this is something else. This is something else. This is not it. Yeah. Oh, we're going to find out, bro. Because people always like to just put things on, it's racist. It was done this way with this white boy. They protecting this white boy, white and innocent. They're trying to protect the white boy because that's why they don't. Y'all know they don't arrest white people, right? Ain't no white people arrested for murder. It's only the blacks. There's only black people and Spanish people in jails right now. Y'all already know that part. All right. Joe Ramirez. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. All right. 7 photos revealed in court today show where exactly Joe Ramirez was stabbed on May 3rd. 2 more witnesses were sworn in, and a spectator in the gallery was removed. I'm looking at the court documents, and I see what you're saying. He's saying, "Oh, now you need the docs." Now I'm looking for the court documents because I want to see exactly what people are saying. Since you compared them and you don't bring anything but comparisons, dumb comparisons, by the way, just keeping it a buck. The comparisons that you're bringing are extremely immature without any more information. You're just saying it's the same. You put your hands on somebody, then you get dealt the same thing. No, it's different. It's different. And you know it's different. There's a difference from putting your hands on somebody versus punching somebody. It's a difference from jumping somebody and walking up to somebody and looking like you're about to do something. There's a difference. There's a difference from telling somebody, if you touch me, it's over, nigga. And I ain't playing, nigga. It's different. To constantly warn somebody over and over and over again that if you touch me, you're going. I'm ready to do something to you. He did not get punched, but he stabbed somebody in the heart. But you bring up a case where somebody was actually in a fight, and it was him against other people, and he stabbed him in the leg. Both of them was ignorant situations. Both of them, somebody died, and both of them, somebody went to jail. One of them, somebody stabbed somebody in the heart where there was no fight. One of them stabbed somebody in the leg where there was a fight. This is not the same. But when you see things like this being the same, clearly you're intentionally missing the mark. Now you have an issue with people trying to get more information. Makes absolutely no sense, bro. It's just ignorant. And the people that you're surrounding yourself with right now, that's telling you that this is the same, bro, they're just as slow as you. Sorry, I don't make the rules, man. I don't make the rules, bro. This is what happens, man. You surround yourself around people who just want to complain and act like this is the, bro, please don't ever become no lawyer. That's all I'm gonna say. Please don't ever become no lawyer. Whatever shade room, private chat groups you're a part of, they're leading you astray, bro. They really are leading you astray. This is not the same. I'm gonna find out more information about this so that we can move forward. But I think I spent enough time on it because because from what I'm seeing right now, and I'm looking at everybody talking about this situation, this guy had freaking this security footage is they have people attesting to exactly what happened. Yeah. So it is what it is. But guys, thank y'all so much for pulling up. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. You can also see the horn on his wrist. You can see the horn on his wrist. What we talking about, Gail Marie? What we talking about? You can see the horn on his wrist. I don't know. But thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, King Mike, thank you for playing, brother. You're wrong in this, but I appreciate you for playing. I think you should continue down your path of black righteousness or whatever you call this. 1000%. You can continue down that path. You know what I mean? I wish you all the best, all the luck in the world in your fight. And I would love to watch some of your videos where you're talking about this ad nauseum. But again, I would love for you can pull up to any of my live streams and join me on camera if you're willing to cam up and talk about this. We can rap for however long you want to talk about this. However long you want to talk about it, brother. And you can share whatever information you want to share with me, and we can compare. We can compare all of that. We really can. Just to keep it a buck, I don't care about Caysen Allison or whatever his name is. Caysen, the white kid that was just now released, Caysen Allison. I don't care about that guy. I don't care about Karmelo Anthony. You don't either. What you got is a whole bunch of fake ass outrage, though. I think that's cute. I see it a lot with a lot of people just like yourself that just want to put that information out there and try to act like everything is a race issue. Everything is supposed to be fair because if the white man can do it, then the black man can do it. The black man getting put in jail for this. What about the white man? There's nothing that you can say to satisfy anybody that want to see Karmelo Anthony walk free, because they didn't already got you and minions such as yourself believing the same thing and regurgitating the same thing over and over and over again, sounding ignorant as hell. Also, calling somebody a sellout, that's low-hanging fruit. That's low-hanging fruit, man. Know who you talking to before you call somebody a sellout, bro. Like, you need to know people's resume. You need to know what they represent, what they stand for. This is the only reason why I tell people, man, I would much rather talk to you face to face. I want to see your face. I want to hear your voice. And I believe that your voice is important because clearly there's half of the country who think like you. But me, I don't duck no smoke, bro. I don't duck no smoke at all. At all. Not one bit. No, it bothers me. What bothers me is your ignorance. That's what bothers me, man. What bothers me is that you're raising black children to believe that they can just base everything off of their race. You're raising black children who are going to think just like you, who's going to commit dumbass crimes probably, and then blame the white man. And I say that because their father is in support of the BS that's going on out there and saying, but he was black. Somebody touched him. Somebody touched him. He said, don't touch him. Don't touch nobody if you don't want to get stabbed. That's ignorant. That's what bothers me. You're a grown-ass man and you think that way. That bothers me. Then on top of that, you're a grown-ass black man that think that way. You can't afford to think that way as a black man, and you know it. But you still do. It's ignorant. Guys, so all of my blues, thank y'all so much for pulling up. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. For everybody who submitted a super chat, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Today we are having our group calls inside the Facebook group, you know what I mean, for the YouTubers, the content creators, all of our content creators that's doing some phenomenal things. And if they aren't right now, they will be shortly. Some amazing guys that I'm meeting from all over the world. Y'all are so dope. And for everybody who participated respectfully with one another, even if you have differing opinions, yo, I appreciate y'all being a part of the conversation this morning. Thank you so much if you shared the video. Thank you if you liked the video. And I will see y'all again tomorrow morning for the morning show. Love y'all, and you have an amazing day. Don't forget, if you want to do content creation, the very first thing you need to do is get the YouTube course that I created. It's the very first link inside of the descriptions. Grab that. And then right after you sign up for that, hit me up. All right? Hit me up so we can get it popping. Love y'all. See you next time. Peace. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.